Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Station, Spacecraft 2, we are ready for the event.
JAXA PAO, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is JAXA PAO in Tokyo. How do you hear me?
JAXA, this is Space Station 鈴木部長、おはようございます。よく聞こえます。
おはようございます。野口さん、おはようございます。こちら。
Good morning. The press are gathered here in Tokyo. Can you say a few words at the outset?
日本の皆様、こんにちは。JAXA 宇宙飛行士の野口聡一です。おかげさまで、
Good afternoon. I am Noguchi, Soichi Noguchi, JAXA Astronaut. Crew 1, Dragon 1, the launch and docking are all successful, and we have started our long stay at ISS. This is the 64th or 65th expedition here on board. Last time I came here, it was the 22nd and 23rd expedition. Meaning that there's been a lot of change since the last time I was here. At the time of launch, everyone at JAXA and the Japanese people in various ways have supported me. I want to thank you all for your support. Now, it's the third time to come out to space, but each mission is different, I believe. And this time again, I am back to the basics once again, and I'm trying to dedicate myself to the mission here at ISS with a fresh mind. It's only about 1 week since I arrived, but yes, the human body requires both the body and mind and time to adapt. I believe that in order for people to be able to lead a comfortable life out in space, it will require some more time. But what we're doing right now, I think, will pave the way, be preparation for people to comfortably be able to come and live in outer space. I'll be staying here at ISS for a while, and I ask for your continuing support. Thank you. Now we'd like to proceed to Q&A.
Mr. Noguchi, this is Fukuda from TBS. I'm a representative of the press club for Ministry of Education, Sports, Science and Technology. I'd like to ask you 3 questions. First, how do you feel riding on the Crew Dragon? You said you felt vibrations and sounds different from those of shuttle, space shuttle, and Soyuz. And also, how did you feel about the spacesuit and the seat?
スペースシャトルやソユーズに比べてですね、
Ms. Fukuda, thank you for your question. Both space shuttle and Soyuz, compared to those, SpaceX spacecraft is very agile, and it's very powerful flying into space. The first stage and second stage rockets are different, but especially the second stage rocket, the engine ignited very close to the capsule, so I could feel the vibrations directly on my body. So it was just like riding right above the engine. That was how I felt. And the time to fly to space, it's about 9 minutes to go to zero gravity, both in space shuttle Soyuz and the SpaceX craft. But engine throttle activity is very brisk, and the G acceleration, I could feel the strong acceleration on my body. So in many senses, it's very young and brisk spacecraft. Capsule and seat, I think you're already seeing the pictures of those, and it's very modern and chic, elegant, And it's not only for professional astronauts, but in the near future, the ordinary people can go to space sightseeing or for the purpose of space development. So not only the professional astronauts, but ordinary people can also feel like riding in this spacecraft. As for the spacesuit, this is a tailor-made completely, so it's very comfortable to wear. It's not so tiring. It fits my body very well. Thank you.
The next question. Well, you are on the ISS after 10 years. And also, what is the impression of seeing the Earth from outer space again after 10 years?
そうですね、はい、10年ぶりにここに戻ってきて、この懐かしの希望
Yes, I've come back here after 10 years. Yes, and also at JEM, Kibo, we've already started work on the experiments, and I think there are more things here. There are a number of things here which are used for experimenting, not just the Japanese, but I think the experiments of different countries are taking place here, and I'm coming to understand that the ISS is being used by many people in different ways. And that's the reason why we have a lot of things on board. And also, we have 7 people here on the ISS who stay here for 6 months. And yes, we bump into each other quite frequently. Yes, and we carry these large items, and we try to avoid each other. And there are a number of instances in which we try to avoid each other, and it's very active here inside. Well, and yes, well, there are people who experience space 2-3 times, but this is a time of transition, and so we shouldn't overwork in the beginning. We have to adapt ourselves to this new environment. I've just arrived, and I'm still feeling homesick, and therefore it's just like those dads which have to work away from home. I'm also dedicated here out in space, working very hard. And also I asked you about the impression of the Earth seen from outer space.
そうですね、最初にドラゴンに乗って無重力になった時に
Sorry, I forgot that question. Yes. Well, when I got on the Dragon and when I felt weightlessness, I looked down, and the Earth seen from outside is beautiful. Well, yes, people talk about environmental issues, and people are wondering what's going to happen to Earth. But I think that looking at it from the human eye, from outer space, it is a beautiful planet. And we have to make sure that we can maintain this beauty into the future. Thank you.
So what is the first space food you ate? How did you like it?
はい、今回実はですね、いっぱい新しいメニュー来てんですけども、日本の認定宇宙食
There are many new menus developed for me, for us, and there are many wide variety of space food approved. But there are 7 crew members, so we have to open it one by one. And when I opened my space food, it was a curry. So the first space food I ate was curry. When it comes to space food, compared to 10 years ago, the package has a very beautiful, colorful photos on it, like this. So other crewmates also see the labels, and they seem to like it, the Japanese food. So I'm looking forward to trying the various menus one by one.
Again, another reporter from Next Press Club. My name is Kunisada from Kyoto newspaper. I have 3 questions. First, you have 7 crew members, one more than usual. And I understand that one person has to sleep in the Crew Dragon. Noguchi-san, where are you sleeping?
はい、国沢さんありがとうございます。はい、おっしゃる通りで、今回初めて7人体制になって、
Kunisada-san, thank you for the question. Yes, as you say, this time, for the first time, we have 7 people on board. And, the crew quarter, we only have 6 quarters. And therefore, as a transition, we have to use the Crew Dragon as a bedroom. Now, amongst our crew, our commander, Mike Hopkins, is now sleeping in the Crew Dragon. There is this storage area, and he's using that as his bedroom right now.
例えば通信状況とかですね。
Compared to the regular crew quarters, the telecommunication and also the temperature adjustment needs to be improved, but this is just a provisional measure. And eventually, we'll have a 7th crew quarter, and we're waiting for that to happen inside the ISS. Currently, together, in the Node 2, together with the other NASA members, using one of the quarters.
Next question. When you were moving into the International Space Station, you were holding a Baby Yoda toy. Whose idea was it? Why did you carry it?
そうですね、宇宙船が打ち上がって0G になったときに、その 0G であることを確認するための何か
spacecraft was launched and it became a 0G. It's a kind of a customary for astronauts to bring some small objects to as a 0G indicator. After the docking, I had a news conference, and the captain was mentioning that we love that adorable toy. And it's called Baby Yoda, but we call it Child. It's a character called Child. So in that series, it's called Child. And Crew 1 mission, resilience mission, is going to recover from the damage, and it's for child, it's for children. That toy sends a message that this space development is for the children of the future. So that's why we got it with us.
では野口さんよろしくお願いいたします。
Noguchi-san, thank you. I am Hatanaka from Nippon TV's radio station. Noguchi-san, immediately after the docking, not just during training, but after the takeoff, I believe you faced a number of challenges. That's what you said, I believe. But after the liftoff launch, what sort of challenges did you experience specifically?
そうですね、クルードラゴンすでにテスト飛行はね2回成功させて、今回運用初号機ですけども、やはり実際に
Crew Dragon, yes, they had succeeded in 2 test flights, and this was the first operational flight. But in order to carry the astronauts on board, there were a number of things that could not be covered in the test. And, I won't go into the details. This is something that SpaceX and NASA have to work out. But immediately after launch, in various ways, in regards to the system, there were different messages that were coming out. And every time we saw that, naturally, we had to, according to the manual, the fixed procedures, fix the problems. And once we continue the operation, the astronauts and the ground crew, NASA and SpaceX team all have to try to put together our experience and ideas to overcome these challenges. The docking is just a start. And therefore, I think that in different phases. There will be a number of things happening, a new phenomena that will be experiences, and we'll have to face up to those things.
My name is Ogami from Nikkan Sports. I'd like to have ask you a follow-up question for space food. You ate the space food for the first time in 10 years, and you like the very popular food. How did you feel it? And when a new year comes, the cake is also among the space food you have. And
はい、大神さんありがとうございます。宇宙食に関してはですね、本当に皆さんからの質問も多いですし、私自身の
Thank you for your question, Mr. Ogami.
高いんですけども、やはり
There are many questions about space food, and I also have a very high expectation for space food.
だと思うんですよね。単調にならないようにすると。
It's not only a Japanese food, but also it's very important to have a variety of food in space for over a 6-month period. So in that sense, space food, I'm looking forward to space food I have brought in, and also looking forward to eating the space food brought by other crewmates, and so deep fried chicken. My favorite food. It's a very favorite food for the men in their 50s. So also toward the New Year, we have a rice cake. So in many ways, we like to celebrate. Because this week, the Americans will celebrate Thanksgiving holiday. So the space food I just showed to you, this is a rice ball with salmon flakes. And so these are some very unique food, Japanese food. So I'd like to share such Japanese food with American or Russian astronauts. I'm sure they will love it. And
Kurisada again from Kyoto Shimbun newspaper. Well, yes, the astronauts Wakata and Furukawa will also be going to ISS. So what is your take on that? And also, as a person of the same age group in the 50s, do you have any advice to them?
はい、国さんありがとうございます。はい、私もこちらに来てから、若田飛行士と古川飛行士の
Thank you, Kurisada-san. Yes, after I came here, I was told that astronauts Wakata and Furukawa will be coming to ISS. I'm very happy to hear the news. And Hoshide-san also is standing by in 6 months' time. I meet him, and then followed by Wakata-san, Furukawa-san. I'm sure that they will make major contribution to the activities here at ISS. I hope that both will be physically fit and go through the training and fulfill their mission. And astronauts Yui, Onishi, Kanai, they are working hard on the ground right now. And in regards to my mission, Yui-san and Onishi-san, Kanai-san's support is really helpful. I think I'm hoping that they will have their turn soon. And the freshmen, well, we are soliciting new people, and I'm sure that they will be going to the moon. So that included, I'm looking forward to the JAXA astronauts of the future.
From Asahi Gakusei Shimbun, children are also watching you playing a very active role. Are there any programs or projects that you want the children to pay attention to?
はい、ありがとうございます。そうですね。やはり子どもたちにこの宇宙の
Thank you for your question.
面白さっていうのをいっぱい見てほしいと思
I
って
hope children will enjoy
すぐに実は
various activities going on in space. Last week, right after our ride,
型のロボット実験でしたけども、
we did an Avatar X experiment.
たちはですね、まあ
It's a robot experiment in synchronization with the on the Earth. And the children of modern days are accustomed to information technologies, state-of-the-art technologies, and robot technologies. I'm sure that they would love watching such robot experiments in space. I hope that they will grow their interest, and also the various science programs will be held, IPS, and also extra vehicle EV activities is planned for this mission. So I hope they will get an impression about sleeping and living in space, and also I hope they will be interested in the various science experiments conducted in space. Thank you, Mr. Noguchi.
はい、ありがとうございました。じゃあ日本の皆さん、これから、一生懸命頑張ります。応援してください。
Thank you very much, and I'll work hard, so please support me.
Station, this is Houston ACR. Thank you. That concludes our event.
Thank you to all participants from JAXA and to the participating media. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.
Thank you.